Why are you against the state of Israel?
Where is today the most danger place for a Jew to live? Is in the state of Israel. Tens of thousands of Jewish families has gone out since 1948. They didn't want to live under the Israeli occupation there. One of the false justifications is the Muslims wants to kill all the Jews. The Palestinians even don't want to expel Jews from there. How people can be so blind? Just open their eyes. This is a false Zionist propaganda. They use it to justify themselves, to have their own state. The problem didn't start on the 7th October. It started in 1948.
This week on The Thinking Muslim, we have a wonderful, gentle soul, Rabbi Beck, who talks Judaism, Zionism, and the Palestinian cause. He debunks the Israeli narrative about theology and politics.
Rabbi Beck, I'm really happy to have you with us today. Welcome to The Thinking Muslim.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, it's lovely to have you with us, Rabbi Beck. And today we want to talk about Judaism, Zionism, the supposed conflict between Muslims and Jews, how Israel fits into Judaism, or at least the philosophy or the ideology of Zionism, or what it stands for. But I suppose I want to start at a very basic level, Rabbi Beck. I mean, I'm a Muslim and you're Jewish. And according to Donald Trump, we've been at war with one another for centuries. Is that really true? Like, has there been intense animosity between Muslims and Jews for a very long time?
Look, I give you an example of me, myself. I born in Palestine. We gone out of Palestine in 1970. My whole family, it's not only my family, I mean, tens of thousands of Jewish families has gone out since 1948. They didn't want to live under the Israeli occupation there. Even here in London, in my area, I live here now in Stamford Hill nearly 40 years. The last 10 years, maybe 100 families gone out of Israel. They didn't want to live there. And but I really born in Palestine. I'm already there for 7 generations.
Really?
And my mother, she's in the 90s, God should give her a long and healthy life. But she told me, she remember we used to live very good with the Palestinian neighbors. They have no problem with each other. She told me she remember they used to dance by the weddings each other. From that time, from that times, I know many Palestinian songs from the coming to the weddings each other. She told me she remember babysitting the Palestinian children and the other way to bring the children to Palestinian neighbors. She remember we lived in harmony and peace. And everybody knows a bit of history, knows that we have a golden history in all Muslim countries, much better than the rest of the world. I mean, I didn't want to specify people who persecute us, but everybody reads the history and knows that we were persecuted in Europe and many places. However, not in the Muslim countries. The Muslim countries, they give us very good hospitality. And this is very well known. This is a false Zionist propaganda, what they try to, they use it like to justify themselves, to have their own state. One of the false justifications is that the Muslims want to kill all the Jews. They want to throw all the Jews into the sea. And even you are against Zionism, but you have to side with us. If not, you will be killed, blah, blah, blah. It's completely, completely false. I mean, when you just, I say for everybody, they say for the marches here in London, they say anti-Semitic marches and something like that. I say for everybody, how people can be so blind. Just open their eyes and look at the true fact. Don't believe me. Look today in all Muslim countries, like Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, Yemen, Turkey, all the Muslim countries, Jews live peacefully there. They have no problem. And I tell you more than that, even in Iran, the greatest enemy of Israel, still they're leaving 35,000 Jews. They don't know what anti-Semitism is. They never experienced that. I myself, I never been in Iran, but my colleagues, a few rabbis, they visited Iran many times. And they told me that they find their beautiful Jewish life. They find their Jewish synagogues, schools, high schools, Jewish businesses. They told me even there is in Iran a Jewish hospital funded by the government completely.
Really?
And in Iran, again, the greatest enemy of Israel. To get an MP in Iran, you need 500,000 of voters. Jewish people are 35,000 and they have their own MP. And I mean, for 3 months ago, under the missiles between Iran and Israel, Iran didn't concentrate on the Jews. They protect their own Jewish citizens in the country, and Jews feel free in Iran. Even under the missiles, Jews feeling free in Iran, they didn't feel any danger, because the hatred today have nothing to do with Judaism, with anti-Semitism. This is anti-occupation, anti-genocide, have nothing to do with Judaism at all. And even in Palestine, both parties, Fatah and Hamas, declared openly they have no problem with Jews. They have a problem with the occupiers. I tell you just something what's happened for nearly 2 years ago. We were invited to a conference in Turkey. And in the middle of the conference, Ismail Haniyeh appears there.
Wow.
I believe you know who is Ismail Haniyeh.
Of course.
It's not legal to say who is him.
Yeah.
The political leader. He was, fortunately, he was the political leader of Hamas.
Yes.
And he appeared to the conference. In the middle of the conference, he come up. He saw our rabbis. He told them to come up. And when they come up, he embraced them. And he say, Jewish people like this will be welcome in our future Palestine. We have no problem with Jews.
Yes.
We have a problem with the occupation. We have a problem with the genocide. But people wants to live, Jewish people wants to live peacefully under the Palestinian government. We have no problem with them. I must tell you that the same thing I had experienced for 15 years ago, or 20 years, sorry, I didn't remember exactly, when Yasser Arafat, the leader of the Palestinians, died. He passed away. I didn't remember for how many years ago it was. I gone up here to the embassy, to the Palestinian embassy, to pass my condolences for him. By this chance, I asked for the Palestinian ambassador that I'm a Palestinian Jew and I want to ask a Palestinian passport. Yeah. He told me, unfortunately, we are not issuing passports, but when we will do, one of the first passports will be for you.
Wow.
It will be an honor for us to issue a passport for a Jewish rabbi to show this is not a religious conflict. The conflict is about occupation, having nothing to do with the religion. Jewish people wants to live peacefully, they will be welcome in Palestine. So again, we come to the point, this is completely false to say that the Muslims hating Jews. From the history and from the today's day, you can see that in daily life, you don't see in the Muslim world any hatred against Jews. The problem here is the occupation and the genocide. But the Zionists try to twist it out and transform this anti-occupation into anti-Semitism to try to justify themselves. We work hard, at least, to unmask this and to make clear for the world it's having got nothing to do with anti-Semitism at all.
Yeah.
I'm going many times to here in London to rallies.
Yes.
And the police stops me on the way. Where are you going? Oh, where are you going? I told him I'm going to the rally there. Oh, watch out! They will kill you.
Yeah.
Again, I'm thankful for the police, for their goodwill to protect me. But I tell them, you don't have to protect me. Just look after me. I'll show you a miracle.
Yes.
I go in among hundreds of thousands of Muslim people.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Nobody touched me.
Because the leader of the Conservative Party, Kemi Badenoch, just said a few days ago that these demonstrations are festivals of hatred. I mean, how do you respond to that?
Give a look. I don't like to comment about our leaders, our government, about that. Yeah. But I can say clearly that it's a big mistake. Having nothing to do with hatred against Jews. This is about the occupation. And just imagine what will happen if Spain will occupy England. It will be the same thing. Yes? I mean, nobody likes occupiers. Everybody fights against occupiers. Yeah. But this is not old traditional English hatred through Spanish people. If people will say this is old, no, the English people fighting the Spanish for 2,000 years, yes, he is completely wrong. He tried to mislead people on the side. Sorry, this is a problem of occupation. Yeah. If Spanish coming into England, of course they will hate them about this occupation, and that's all. When they will give up the occupation, they have no problem with the Spanish people. Yeah. I mean, and the same thing is about this. This is very, I will say it on this nice way. This is a very big mistake to label them with anti-Semitism.
In many parts of the world, the nearest hospital is not just miles away. It's out of reach. For displaced families, children, the sick, and the elderly, every day is a struggle for survival without access to basic health care. Our medical missions bring hope in times of despair. Our mobile clinics travel to communities where hospitals are inaccessible. Doctors treat wounds, screen for illness, provide maternal health care, and offer life-saving care right where it's needed most. Through our vision projects, we fund cataract surgeries, restoring sight and dignity to those who thought they'd never see clearly again. These aren't just services, they're lifelines. Every donation you make helps rewrite someone's story, from pain to healing, from fear to hope. Turn your compassion into hope.
Can I ask you about, I mean, recently, for those outside of the UK would have known, and of course we know it in the UK, there was an attack on a synagogue in Manchester, a horrible attack, and two Jewish people died in a religious festival. The media have suggested that this is part of a broader antagonism towards the Jewish community. Like, how do you process and understand that attack? Have you been in contact with the Jewish community in Manchester, for example? Like, how are you assessing the reasons behind that?
Give a look. Everybody's heart is hurting when innocent people get died. And no difference from which religion, from which background, white and black, Japanese, Chinese, no different. Everybody have the right to live on this world freely and to have, and I mean, enjoy the world's life and the families. And it's very hurtful to hear that if somebody died. But again, we have to make it clear that the real people we have to accuse about this attack, this is Bibi Netanyahu. Again, don't be confused. This attack didn't was an anti-Semitic attack. Haven't got nothing against Jews. This is against the genocide. This was, again, I'm not justifying any bloodshed. Yeah. And of course not for innocent people. 100%. Everybody is hating. When I hear that, I mean, it's hating for everybody. I mean, this is crazy what's going on in today's day. However, but we have to understand the root of the problem. If not, we will aim to false places. We will not fix the right things. Yeah. We have to understand what the problem here is. The problem is not Judaism. It didn't aim a synagogue as a synagogue. He aimed as a Zionist center. Maybe he was mistaken. He didn't understand the difference between Judaism and Zionism. And he understand that if he want to attack Zionists, then he have to go to a synagogue. Unfortunately, people are not aware enough of the difference between Judaism and Zionism. But again, they didn't take away the plain fact. What was the aim of this attack? Was the occupation in Palestine. Not anti-Semitic, not against Judaism. And again, I'm not justifying that.
Yes.
But we have to bring out the point into understand. The Zionists say we will save Jewish people from anti-Semitism. They say we Jews need at the end of the day a safe haven, and we have to save Jewish people from anti-Semitism. In fact, just open the eyes and you will see exactly the opposite. Just open the eyes again. Don't believe me. Just open the eyes and look at the two facts. Where is today the most dangerous place for a Jew to live in the whole world? From Australia to Argentina to China to Alaska. Going the whole world, you will come to one point. This is the middle of the world. This is the state of Israel. Again, I'm speaking about Jews. As danger for Jews to live, not Palestinians, for Jews. I say every time, I live here in England nearly 40 years. We don't see soldiers on the streets. We don't see tanks. You never saw a tank in the street. Even the police don't carry weapons here. This means a safe country. In Israel, every small child see in daily life soldiers, weapons, with tanks, with all of this kind of things. This is safe. This is the most dangerous place for a Jew, not to speak for a Palestinian, for a Jew to live. So they didn't bring any safeness for Jewish people. They only endanger Jews. And when you're speaking about anti-Semitism, they're only raising anti-Semitism all over the world. And this is really the background why it's happened. That's what's happened, unfortunately, in Manchester. And again, it is not a justification. Just to bring out the point and to point the right things. I mean, as I heard that Netanyahu blamed our prime minister that he didn't do enough for the Jews here in England. I'm sorry, what I can tell him, I'm sorry, you made a deity and you tried to put the rubbish on other people. I'm sorry. You, Netanyahu, he brings up anti-Semitism all over the world. And when something happened, he put it on the head of other people. It's completely not true. They say we need to make more police on the streets. Okay, of course, we will thankful if the police will protect us. It's very nice and very good, of course. But this is not going to the root of the problem. The root of the problem is that we have to distinguish between Judaism and Zionism. Everybody should know that Jews don't take responsibility for what the Zionists is doing, for the killing, in the genocide, what they're doing in Gaza. Jewish people are peaceful people. Jewish people await for the peaceful dismantlement of the state of Israel in full. And this is what we're waiting for, not only here. I can say even the Jewish people in Palestine, there are hundreds of thousands of Jewish people. Looks like me, this type of people, you can call them Haredi Jews, or Hasidic Jews, ultra-Orthodox Jews, no difference in name. People looks like me, I know there is people looks like me, what they are the settlers, what they are really murders, and they're igniting the fire every time. However, but there are hundreds of thousands of Jewish people in Israel where they are boycotting the state as much as they can. They don't take any benefits, and they don't vote, they don't participate in the vote, don't serve in the army. Our rabbis said for our youths, better go to prison and don't go to the army. And really the army sent out in the last year 54,000 invitations. And they came maybe 200-300.
No way.
That's all. All of the others they cannot go out of the country because the police will catch them to prison. And even when they're driving, they are scared. The police stop them, they arrest them straight away. So 54,000 youngsters they refuse to go to the army. And they're really in a big prison. They cannot go out, and they cannot work on official places and something like that. Yeah. It's a really bad situation there. But they're coming out. You cannot see that in the mainstream media. Unfortunately, the mainstream media is in the hands of the Zionists, strongly under the Zionist influence. But in the social media, you can see our youths get beaten by the police very strongly, and they're holding signs. We want to die and not to serve in this made army. This is in Israel. Again, I didn't say, this is a few hundreds of thousands what are there. But outside the state of Israel, I can say people looks like me, this type of people, most of them are strongly against the state of Israel. And the rest of them, up to 95%, are at least non-Zionist.
Why? Why are you against the state of Israel?
Yes, I will come to this point in 1 minute.
Yes.
Just people are against the state of Israel. I mean, again, most of them are against the state of Israel. Up to 95% are non-Zionist. Yeah. Again, 60% is against, and the rest, up to 95%, are non-Zionist. Non-Zionist means it's not a part of their life. They haven't got nothing. They don't feel attached to them. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have their education, their businesses, their studies, their everything, their whole life. And I put it on this way: when the state of Israel will come to an end, they will not shed a tear on that. Mm. It's not a part of their life. There are a small percentage what are Zionists. When you come in my area, I believe you was in my area a few times.
Hill, yes. Yeah.
They're leaving tens of thousands of Jews living there. Yeah. Side by side, by the way, about thousands of Muslim people. Yes. And we live very peacefully there. Synagogue side by side with mosques. And I can say all the minicab drivers in our area, 400 or 500 of them, all of them are Muslims. And we're sending the small children of 2-3 years in the play schools and in the schools with the Muslim drivers. I never heard even one single incident. We're living very peacefully, and when the mosque on Kazen Road wants to build it up, the Jewish councils help them to get a permission. And the same thing with the Jewish synagogues wants to build up. The Muslim councils help them. We have a very good life there. This is really an example, because the Muslims in our area knows very well that we are against the state of Israel, and they have no problem. We're living as very good neighbors. I must tell you, I mean, the Jewish mentality and the Muslim mentality are very close. Yeah. They are more shy people, they are not, I don't know how to call it. Yes. They're living very good together. Yeah. And if you walk to Stamford Hill, yes, this is 2-3 miles square, 2-3 miles there, you won't see there even one single Israeli flag in the whole area. Really? You will not see nothing. Palestinian flags, you will see many of them, but even not one single Israeli flag in the whole area. Now I come to the point to understand really why we are against the state of Israel. Mm. This is very important for people to understand. And we will understand much deeper what's going on here. I will have to start from the beginning and...
Take your time.
Yes. I will try to explain it, and I will try to make it short, but I have to understand what is that Judaism and what is Zionism. Judaism is an old religion of 3,500 years ago, when God gave the Torah on the Mount Sinai for the Jewish people. And the Torah, this is the only thing what unites Judaism. Jews are not united by a state, not united by a race, not united by anything. The only thing what unites Jewish people is the Torah. They believe in the Torah and keeping the Torah. this is not my words, this is one of our greatest rabbis. He said, Reb Sadi Yeguan, Ein imuseini imu elu. A nation is a nation only by the Torah. If you can be Jewish, you are white, you are black, of course, you have to convert to become Jewish, but anybody can convert to become Jewish, a black, a white, from China, from Japan, from anywhere in the world. People can convert to Judaism. Is the same Jew as me. From the other side, any Jew who don't keep the Jewish religion, he don't believe in the Jewish belief, he's not considered as a Jew. And I didn't want to offend anyone. I didn't want to offend the people call themselves secular Jews, but this is not my words. This is the Torah law. I didn't make the Torah law, and I cannot change it, my best will. I mean, this is the law of the Torah. This is Maimonides. I don't know if you heard about him. This is one of our greatest leaders for about 900 years ago, 1,000 years ago. And he put the 13 principles of the Jewish religion. I mean, he didn't come up with that. He just make it clear from the Torah, clear the 13 principles. And the ending up, I give you the reference of that for the people who understand my language. This is in Sanhedrin, Perik Chelek. The end of Perish HaMishnah is Lo Rambam of Perik Chelek. And the Maimonides say that everybody is not clear in one of these 13 principles, he's not considered as a Jew. And again, I'm not here to offend anyone. I just bring out the Jewish law, and I cannot change it. I mean, I didn't want to change it. I mean, it's very good for me, the Jewish law, but this is the Jewish law. I'm finished. Right. So again, what unites the Jewish people? The Torah. That's all. If somebody gone away from the Torah, is not considered as a Jew. You, as a Muslim, can understand it much better. I mean, what makes a person for a Muslim? His belief. If somebody will say, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not a believer, what you will tell him? Yeah. You are not a Muslim. He will say, how can you say that? My father and grandfather, 20 generations Muslims. You will ask him again, you are a believer or not? He will say, no. I'm sorry, you are not a Muslim. That's all. If somebody converts to Islam, he's the same Muslim as you. Yeah. I mean, so you can understand this, that Islam is a religion. Have nothing to do if you have a state or you haven't got a state. You live here in England, not in a Muslim state. Yeah. You are the same Muslim as the Muslims in Iraq and in Pakistan. I don't know. I mean, you are the same Muslim as them, but they have the Muslim state. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly in a Muslim religion, but I understand it. Sure. The same thing is Judaism. Right. Judaism is a religion. You keep the religion, you are a Jew. You don't keep the religion, you are not a Jew. This is what unites Judaism, and this is what Judaism stands for. Nothing else. Not a state. You don't need to have a state in anything. Yeah. Zionism, from the other hand, is a new movement of about 130, 140 years ago. The founder of Zionist, Ted Herzl, he was a non-believer from Vienna, from Austria.
He didn't believe in God?
He don't believe in God, right. And not in the Torah. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't keep the Torah. He was open with that. Even for his own son, he didn't make a circumcision. A circumcision is the last thing. Even secular Jews, if they believe something, this is Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is the day what happened to Manchester. Yeah. They say one day a year, they're keeping Yom Kippur, and they're keeping circumcision. It's the last two things what people, even secular Jews, keeping. Yeah. But he didn't. He was proud of that. He said it openly. I'm not a believer. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in nothing. He have a different look on Judaism. He say, what's going on here? What unites Judaism as a nation? The Torah? There's not such a thing as a Torah. There's not such a thing as a God. There's not such a thing at all. So what will unite us? The only thing what we find, that we have to create our own state, and the state will unite us. So you can understand that The idea of Zionism is emptying out from Judaism the whole holiness, the belief, take out God from them, everything, fill it in with a national movement. Have a state, have an army, have a language, blah, blah, blah. You want to be a Jew? You have to speak Hebrew, you have to serve in the army, at least send money to Israel and blah, 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 something like that. So that means emptying out Judaism from the whole religion, filling the in with a materialistic national achievement. Now you can understand a bit more. I give you again an example in Islam. If somebody will occupy your land, throw you out of the land, what's happened now in Palestine, they will be really your enemy. But if somebody will take the religion of Islam, emptying out of all the belief and fill it in with empty materialistic aspects, yes, and he will succeed. And he will uproot 95% of Muslims to his new religion, what he will call Islam. If for any reason he will have the power, he will be much, much more your enemy, much deeper than he robber away your land.
For sure, yeah.
The land is a land for you, for me. I mean, as long as we're living here, 70, 80, 90, 100 years is long, long life. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. But if he emptying out the religion, he take away your children, he take away your grandchildren from you, and he uproot them away from the religion, and this is much, much more stronger enemy. This is really what the Zionists done for the Jews. Today are in the world 18 million Jews. Only 2 of them are observant. The rest of 16, the Zionists succeed to uproot them from God, to uproot them from the religion. They call themselves Jews, but according to the Jewish religion, they are not Jews, as I told you from Maimonides. According to Jewish religion, Jews are only people who believe in God and keeping the Torah.
Yeah.
But this is really what the Zionists doing to the Jewish people. They are greater, much a greater enemy, as they took away a land, they took away our religion, they took away millions of our people to the false ideas, uproot them away from God. They killed them on the world forever, for next world. From this world they killed 16 million Jews.
Really?
But there was religious people, believers in God, and they killed them away, and they put them for atheists. And I want to come to one deeper point to understand that better.
Yeah.
You will often hear Netanyahu on the media to say they're waving the flag of the promised land, the promised land, the promised land.
Yeah.
God promised the land for the Jewish people, it's our land, and blah, 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 blah. It's true that God promised a land for the Jews. However, when you look in the Torah, it is conditionally. It's written in the Torah 40 times that the land is only in the condition if we keep a high level of life. If not, it's written in the Torah 40 times that they will be exiled of the land.
I mean, you keep the faith.
Yes, but not only the faith. God awaits from us. This is a holy land. You have to live there on a higher level. Right. And if you don't keep this at a higher level, even when you live all over the world, you will not get punished. Because you don't have to be this level. But if you want to live in the Holy Land, you have to be a higher level. And when Jews failed, God sent the prophets to. You can see that in Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Shayahu, that God sent the prophets for Jewish people to repent and to come back to the higher level. Yeah. And when we failed, God sent us in exile. Right. As you can see at the end of the book of Jeremiah. The same God who promised the land, the same God took it away from us. And besworn us with 3 oaths, not to go back by force, not to rebel against the nations, and not to go up in mass to the Holy Land.
This is in the Torah?
No, this is in the Talmud.
Oh.
In the Talmud, in Ksibos, Kif Yid Aleph. It's Ksubot, page 111.
Yeah.
And he bezwung us with 3 oaths not to go out of the exile by force, just waiting for the Messiah. Maybe we will come back later to the point of Messiah. I want just to point out now, before we go away from that, don't make a mistake. Messiah will not be another Netanyahu. A Messiah will not kill innocent men, women, children. Messiah will not come even with any physical power. He will come with spiritual power in the heart of people. I will explain it later.
Yeah.
But now I want to come back to the point. God bezwung us to stay in exile and not to rebel against the nations and not to go out of exile by force, just waiting for the Messiah. Zionism, they are non-believers. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in the Torah. They even don't believe in the promise of the land. This is so hypocritical. Netanyahu coming with a promised land. Who promised that? God? You don't believe in God. Netanyahu was here in London. I didn't remember the last time. A few years ago, a visit. He go to eat a non-kosher restaurant. He have enough kosher restaurants here. But he want to demonstrate, I don't believe in God. He want to demonstrate that. So, who promised the land from you? You don't believe in God. You don't believe in the Torah. It's so hypocritically just to take out some verses of the Torah to justify themselves falsely, to justify themselves, and you don't believe in the same God, what you're speaking in his name. However, but I come back to the point that the same God who gives us the land, he took away the land from us. But the Zionists don't believe in God. And they don't believe in the promise of the land. So they have a different look and they say, oh, how long we will be in exile? There is no reason why we are in exile. Yeah. We have to organize ourselves and go back. That's all. So this is really the background of Zionism. Yeah. So you can understand that Jewish people are believers in God. When God sent us in exile, we are not rebelling against him. We're staying in exile. He beswore us to stay in exile. We don't rebel. I give every time the example. If a father say for a child, look, you are bad. I have to punish you. Stay in the corner for 10 minutes. He coming out. What means that? Rebellion. The same thing when God sent us into exile. We are not rebelling. We are not going out of the corner. We are waiting in the corner as good children. We're waiting for God. We're waiting for the Messiah. But the Zionists don't believe in God, don't believe in the Messiah. And they say, why we should live here? Why we should stay in exile? We have to organize ourselves. If we will not help ourselves, nobody will help us. This is the Zionist idea. This is the background of Zionism. Yeah. So you can understand, Judaism is built up on loyalty of God, believing in God, trust in God. It's not only Judaism, every religion. The first step of the religion is believe in God. Believing don't mean when it's light. When it's light, everybody can see that. You don't have to believe it. Believing means when it's dark, when we are in exile, we are still believing in God. We're waiting for God, we're waiting for the Messiah. Zionism is built up and don't believe in God. Don't trust in God. Go out of the corner. Don't wait for him. There is no God to wait for him. There is no Messiah to wait for him. Just organize yourself. So you can understand that Judaism and Zionism is diametrically opposed to each other. Yeah. This is believing in God, and this is don't believe in God.
Yes.
So this is really the background why Judaism is against Zionism. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute more.
Please, yeah.
This, all what I told you now, is even the Zionists built up the country in a free country. They didn't take over the Palestinian people, just a free country. Especially when they're doing that on the head of other people, by killing them, by robbing away the land from them. In the Torah it's written, don't kill, don't steal. This is in the 10 Commandments. This is exactly what the Zionists is doing. The Zionists are rebelling against God also with that. For they rob away the land from the Palestinian people and they kill so many Palestinians. I mean, we see the genocide, what's going on in Gaza. Hopefully it will come to an end just now. But what we saw in the last 25 months, yes, it's terrible. We didn't saw. Again, here in this country, we are not allowed to label anybody with names. Give a name, and this is illegal. So I don't give anybody with any name. But I can say that these videos, what we see, what's going on in Gaza today, we didn't saw it the last 80 years. The last time we saw that was in Poland under the Nazis. And again, I don't label anybody with any name, but I can say this is a fact. Everybody can see that. Just try to find, just look in the videos in the last 80 years. You don't see something like that, what's going on in Gaza. It's unbelievable that people, what they have gone through a Holocaust, how they can do the same thing for other people. This is really, really, really crazy. And of course, this doubles and triples the crime of Zionism much more. So this is really why Jewish people are so strongly against the state of Israel.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that's a really detailed answer. Now, of course, Netanyahu, Smotrich, Ben-Gvir and others, they would use religion to justify their actions. And there are many who would argue in Israel that Judaism justifies what's happening in Gaza. Can you find, as a rabbi, any justification from the text, from your religious texts, to condone this amount of killing and amount of suffering that's taken place over the last 2 years?
100% not. In the Jewish religion, it's written, if you save one person's life, it's like you're saving the whole life, the whole world. And of course, one of the first things of the Jewish teaching is to watch on the life of other people and not, of course, not to kill and even not to steal anyone's land.
Yeah.
Of course, we are not allowed to do that. The Zionist claim on the state of Israel is completely wrongly. They say, okay, fine, we're not allowed to kill, but you may stay for your own, you may defend yourself. Yes, if somebody wants to kill you, you may to defend yourself. And you often hear that from Netanyahu, that Israel have the right to defend themselves. However, my question to them is, who gives you the right to be there in the first place? It's not your land. You cannot come and take over someone's house and then say, I have the right to defend myself. I mean, please, give back the land, give back the house for the right owner, and then he have no problem with you. He didn't want to kill you. The same thing, give back the land for the Palestinians. The Palestinians don't want to kill you. They want back the land. That's all. The Palestinians even don't want to expel Jews from the land. The Jews can live in Palestine like we live in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Algeria, and in Iran. The Palestinians have no problem with Jews. They have a problem with the occupation and with the occupiers. Give back the land for the Palestinians, and they have no problem with Jews. We can live as peaceful neighbors.
All of the land? I mean, from your perspective, what should a post-Zionism Israel or post-Zionism Palestine look like?
As I explained you, that the background from the Jewish perspective, why we are not allowed to have the state, because God sent us into exile. Jews have today no right to rule even 1 inch of a land. And even the Palestinians will come to us and say, I give you the land for a gift, with a good will. We are not allowed to have it. We are not allowed to run any country. We have to stay in exile between all the nations. So according to Judaism, Jews have no right to the land. And the whole land from the river to the sea should go back to the Palestinians in full, 100%.
Right, so you believe basically that Palestine should return to the pre-1948 borders.
100%. We hope. I mean, that's what's happened now in the politics. It's still not end, but we hope in these days it will come an end to this genocide in Gaza. Yeah. Of course, it's everybody is happy that at least the genocide, there's a stop in the genocide, but this is not the end of the way. I mean, the problem didn't start on the 7th October, and it will not end on the 12th of October. I mean, it started 1948, and it will end when it will go back to 1948.
Yeah.
And again, as I told you, from what my mother told me, what she remembers, she saw with her own eyes. Palestinians have no problem with Jews. As Jews, we can go back to the 1948, and the Palestinians will accept Jewish people. They will have no problem with Jewish people if they want to live there as good neighbors, as Palestinian citizens, and haven't got any aspirations to take over the land.
Yeah.
As I told you earlier from Ismail Haniyeh, but the same thing we had a few times with the leader of Fatah,
Mahmoud Abbas.
Mahmoud Abbas, yes. We met him many times.
Yeah.
And he declared it very many times. Even Yasser Arafat declared that.
Yeah.
We have no problem with Jews living in Palestine.
Yeah.
We have a problem with the occupation. If they have no aspirations to take over the land, they will be welcome as Palestinian Jews to live in Palestine.
Do you know anything about, I mean, we talked about anti-Semitism here, and you talked about, the anti-Semitism, but is it a problem? Like, do you feel that hatred for Jewish people is increasing? And there is a definition of anti-terrorism, anti-Semitism, which you may know about, the IHRA, the IRA definition, which in a sense conflates, it brings together anti-Semitism is the same as anti-Zionism or anti-Israelism. Just explain that to me. Like, what's your thinking about that?
We spoke about really. This is a big confusion. It's completely wrong. It's a big mistake to confuse anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. Not only a mistake, not only a confusion. This is really very dangerous to mix up these two concepts. And this confusion leads to this attack, what's happened the last Yom Kippur for a few days ago, or 1 week ago. This confusion leads to that, God forbid, it should not happen again. And again, people should realize and understand that Jewish people, again, when I'm speaking about Jewish people, speaking people like me, this type of Jews, people Haredi or Hasidic or ultra-Orthodox Jews, these people are almost all of them are against the state of Israel. Again, I told you most of them are strongly against, other are non-Zionists, they have no connection with Zionists. Yeah. And I must tell you, even within the secular Jewish movements, there are also a large amount that are against the state of Israel. I don't know exactly what's happened there, what was the status of this so-called synagogue in Manchester, but when you go to the rallies, you will hear that I can say that more than half of the speakers are Jewish names. They call them up, the speaker, to come up to speak. You will hear Jewish names. From that you can see there's large Jewish movements within the secular Jewish people, where they are strongly opposing the state of Israel. And of course, we have to make a distinction between these two. Mixing that up together, anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, is very dangerous. And this brings what happened for 10 days ago in Yom Kippur in Manchester. We hope it will not happen again.
We're meeting at the moment on a Friday, and of course, sunset is coming soon, and the Sabbath is coming soon. So I need to let you go sometime soon. We have some time, but I still need to let you go sometime soon. But on a Saturday, when we have the protests, that still remains a Sabbath, I think, until sunset. So sometimes these demonstrations are at Victoria or central London. That's a little distance from. How do you?
Yes, on Saturday we are not allowed to travel by car. We are not allowed to touch any electrical device to operate. I mean, we may use electric, but we are not allowed to operate it. Right. And so because of that, we are not using any transport, any public transport or any car or even we may use the light, because we don't use the energy, especially of the light, if we are here or we are not here. But when we're using transport, we're using more petrol. When we're using public transport by electricity, you're using more electricity with your weight. So we're not allowed to use the.
So how do you reach?
We're walking. Yes, from Stamford Hill to Victoria. It's quite 3 hours from Stamford Hill to Whitehall, Downing Street. It's about 2 hours. To the Israeli embassy, sometimes it's 3.5 hours. But we walk down. We feel that we feel it strongly. This is our obligation to bring out the message. Really, one of our reasons is for that, to save Jewish people from incidents like that, what's happened in Manchester. We understand that with our deeds, people say we are endangering Jews. It's exactly the opposite. We are saving Jews with our actions, what we're going out and show for the world that this is not a fight between religion. This haven't got nothing to do with the religion. Jews and Muslims can live together and we can continue to live together in harmony and peace. I mean, constantly, very often I going in among hundreds of thousands of Muslim people and everybody welcomes me. And it's more than that, I must tell you. I coming very often to Muslims conferences or mosques or interviews with Muslims. The hospitality of Muslims, it's unbelievable. Every time they offer me eating, drinking, and I see that from the heart. Yes, it's not like everybody say with the mouth, yeah, okay, give it. No, people wants to help other people. You come to me as a guest, I give you, I bring you. I see that every time. I see that so many times. I just was in the city. Yes, when I come up, Padilla was saying, and I was confused in the place where to go. And there was a few Muslims. And there was some anger because of the situation in Gaza. But they saw the free Palestine. And I say, oh, this is the first time in my life I see that. And they come to me and they try to help me. I couldn't find a place. Yes. And they helped me out to Google it and to find it and call the friends and then to find the place. And they helped me to go there. I see that every time Muslim people are so helpful people. Of course, everybody hates an occupier. Everybody hates people making a genocide. Again, I'm not here to justify any bloodshed, any genocide, but I bring out the mentality of Muslims are very, very friendly, and especially to other Jews. And we, with our actions, are bringing out this point, and I think this is a very important point, according to save Jewish people. Really not this is the reason why we're coming out. We're coming out to show our support for the Palestinians. But people would say, oh, you are traitors against Jews. We are not traitors against Jews. We are traitors against Israel, against the Zionists. Yes, we are not traitors. We are not recognize them. And we are waiting for the full dismantlement of this state of Israel. But we are not traitors of Jews. We are saving Jews. Even this is not the reason why we're coming out, but the outcome of that is saving Jewish people. The Muslims understand that Jews cannot take accountable for what's happened in Palestine and in Gaza. And Jewish people, the real Jewish people, awaits for the full dismantlement of the state of Israel. We are not supporting a two-state solution at all, or the full dismantlement of the state of Israel.
Thank you so much. I mean, I think you've restored in many ways our faith in humanity when we see you at the demonstrations. And I must say, you walk 2 or 3 hours sometimes to these protests. And sometimes I find it difficult to get my fellow Muslims to come on by car or by train. So I think your inspiration needs to be carried into some of our communities, it seems to me.
Yeah, they're walking one way and then we're walking back.
Walking back, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for what you do.
Yes, I wanted to add a few more points.
Please.
We touched the point of Messiah.
Oh, yes.
I have to make it very clear because people asking this, what is the meaning of Messiah?
Yeah.
You ever believe in Messiah? What will happen with the Holy Land? And Messiah will take over the Holy Land and he will kill the Palestinians. So again, the difference between Messiah and in Netanyahu is only a matter of time. He doing now and Messiah will do it in 10 years. I mean, we have to make it clear that I want to add another thing also. If I add another question.
Please.
People get confused about the Al-Aqsa Mosque. In our belief in the third temple, on which place it's going to be built, and what's going to be with the mosque, and what's going to be blah, 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 blah.
Be demolished. Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We have to understand what Judaism stands for, it's not something what you can Google it on the internet. You have to look in the real books of the prophets, of the Jewish prophets. Yeah. Jews have 24 books. You have to read it there exactly to understand. And then they can ask questions. Messiah, the concept of Messiah will not come with any physical power. In our descriptions, the description of Messiah is Uni v'roicha v'lachamor. That means a poor man coming on a white donkey. We don't know what it means because today are not donkeys. Yeah, they have cars. Mm. This is like many prophecies, what we don't understand till it will happen. Messiah himself will not do nothing. He will only be a prophet from the Almighty. He will bring down spiritual in much. He will come with a spiritual power. He will bring the spirit in my heart, in your heart, in the heart of all the people of the world, and turn the heart to God, to serve all of us, the same God in harmony and peace. All of us will serve the same God in harmony and peace. We, with the Palestinians, will not be on two sides of the fence. We will be on the same side of the fence. We're saying in our prayers, that means all of us will come to one big organization to serve the same God in one organization, in one, and we say in Psalms, in Psalms you have very many places. I'll give you one example in chapter 97. Hashem mulach tuve lehuetz. When God will be king, when God will reveal his kingdom on the world to Messiah, all the world will be happy. Everybody will be happy and serve the same God in harmony and peace. The Holy Land will be the Holy Land for all of us to serve there the same God. We in the Palestinians and you and everybody on the world. This is our belief in Messiah. Messiah will not come with physical power at all. Everything what will be done, it will be done by God himself. Messiah will only return people to God. Still, people asking, and the same thing I want to finish about the Temple Mount.
Yes.
The same thing, if you want to understand what's going to happen there, you have to look in our scriptures. Now, scriptures in Yeshaya, it's written there that we believe in a third temple, it's coming down from the heaven from fire, and we will serve there in God. We will serve there, we will serve in their God. We can understand it? No, we don't understand it. Right. Let's wait and see. Yeah. Something what God will do himself, I believe that everybody will accept it. At that time, you will not have to believe in God. You will see with your eyes everything. Today is the world of believing. But at that time, we will not have to believe. We will see every time, everything. God will come down on the world and everybody will see the truth. Everybody will return to him because they will see the truth. And the same thing will be with the Temple Mount. We don't understand what's going to happen. We don't know. We cannot go into a house of fire to serve God. We don't understand that. When it will happen, then we will understand it, and then we will see. Everybody will accept what God will do. Now, I will come to one point to that still.
Yeah.
People asking, okay, I understand, fine. In which way they're going to save God at that time? Of course, Jews believe in the Jewish way.
Yeah.
The Muslims believe in the Muslim way. The Christian believe in the Christian way. So again, there is something what we can fight each other, kill each other, blah, 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 blah. I have to make clear, the belief has never been a problem. I give you an example. You are a Muslim. Can you sit in a cafe shop together by a cup of tea with a Christian friend and you share the belief with him? You think what you believe in the Messiah, what's going to happen, and he say what he believe. You're not hating each other.
Yeah.
The hating starts when somebody wants to force. If nobody forcing, you believe what you want, he believe what he wants.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see.
Right.
When God will come down, everybody will see them. Everybody will accept it.
Yeah.
Finish. There's not a reason why to argue. The belief has never been a reason why to argue each other. Let's wait and see. I tell you a nice story I mentioned about Maimonides,
Yeah.
the Rambam. He was a doctor, but I didn't remember Sultan Salah ad-Din. I didn't remember the name exactly.
Yes.
He was the personal doctor of him.
Yeah.
And the Sultan asked him once, look, you are my doctor. My life is in your hands. How can I trust you? You have a belief in the Messiah. When Messiah will come, you believe he will be the king. I'm here the king. So what's going to be here? He say, my dear Sultan, when Messiah will arrive, if you will not be the first one who will take down your crown and put it on his head, this is not the Messiah. Because the Messiah will come, everybody will agree to him.
Right.
If you will not agree to him, this is a sign that he is not the right Messiah, he's the false Messiah.
Really?
And that's what I told you before. When Messiah will come, everybody will agree to him. God, everybody will see God. Everybody
So
will
not use violence.
Yes.
Occupation.
Yes, yes.
Right. Yeah.
And now I will come to the final thing, what usually people asking, what is the solution?
Yeah.
What is the solution? We don't see an end to this bloodshed. Again, I'm not a politician, and nobody asked me for the solution.
I didn't, but it's a good question.
No, I mean, the politicians on the world don't
Yeah,
come to me
no.
to ask what the solution.
Yeah.
So I didn't need to give you a solution, because I just bringing out what is according to Judaism.
Yeah.
The state of Israel is not justified according to Judaism. They say we have the right to defend ourselves. They have no right. They have no right to have Palestine on the first hand. They say we have to save Jews. They don't saving Jews. They just endanger Jews. So I just bring out the two facts on the table. I didn't have to give a solution, and I'm not a politician to give a solution. However, I'm a Jewish rabbi, and I can just say what is written in the Torah. In the Torah it's written, in the references, Numbers 14, verse 41. Prophet Moses said for Jewish people, a rebellion against God cannot be succeed. As long as the state of Israel is a rebellion against the Almighty, as I explained you, the Almighty command us to stay in exile and not to rebel against him, not to grab any country on the world. And the state of Israel is a rebellion against the Almighty, they will not succeed. Today is a world of non-believers. Yes, I know, but I'm a Jewish rabbi. And I'm a believer, and by me, it's clear that this is the truth. By every believer, it's clear that the existence of God is the truth. I must tell you that I'm looking really crazy that people don't think so. Just when people thinking how you live, How works your eyes, your ears, the whole system, the immune system of a person. How people can understand it. That clever machine, what is in the eyes, the strongest computers cannot repeat it. This small mind, what a person have, the cleverest computer cannot do that. In this small mind, have the small creature, but they are so small like the corona. You can't see them. And they have legs, they have hands, they have a mouth, they're eating, they have the whole system. It is so small you can't see them. This is things what it's impossible. If human beings believe in the technology will come up 1,000,000 times clever more than today, they cannot come up to so cleverness what all these atheists have. They have a few questions. They don't understand how God runs the world, and this leads them to atheism. Now they understand everything. When they are non-believing God, they have 1,000,000 more questions. How are your eyes working? They are not answer these questions. I looking atheist people really crazy. They don't want to look. They're just closing the eyes. They don't want to look the plain truth. Anyway, I can just say in behalf of the Jewish religion, in behalf of the Torah, in the Torah it's written that the state of Israel will come to an end. I'm sure that now is day that the state of Israel will come to an end. We hope and pray to a peaceful end. Nobody looks for bloodshed. But it will come to an end. Zionism they didn't save Jews anything. They only bring bloodshed after bloodshed. Really, our rabbi said it beforehand. We have one of our greatest rabbis, he's called the Chofetz Chaim. The Chofetz Chaim, he was for about 100 years ago, before the state of Israel, but after Zionism. And he said that if Zionism will become a reality, the state of Israel, there will be rivers of blood. And that's what we see today with our eyes, that there are rivers of blood and there is no end to that. And the Zionists think they will shut down the Palestinians. Yes. They will kill them, the first generation, second, that's all. Next 3 generations, if you want to see a Palestinian person, you have to go to the museum. Really, again, I don't label people, but it's the same thing what the Nazis say for Jewish people. If you want to see a Jew, you will have to go to the museum. Again, the Zionists, but they're not succeeded. The Palestinians, 1948 was maybe 1 million Palestinians. Today there are 10. What's going to be in 10 years? What's going to be in 20 years? And look, just here in the streets, we have the big rallies. Hundreds of thousands of people every second or third week on the streets. Tell me even any issue on the world, national or international, no difference. Any issue on the world, what have so much attention as the issue of Palestine. So many people coming out constantly. And it's only in London. What's in the rest of the world? In many countries, people coming out. Hundreds of thousands together, there are millions. But people, they are not Palestinians. They're coming out in support of Palestinians. Yeah. So the movement just getting bigger and bigger. Really, I say every time, this is my message to our government and to the government, the United States, they're supporting blindly the state of Israel. I can understand maybe Jews gone through a Holocaust and they want to help Jews, and and they want to just give for Jews a country. Maybe they have a good intention, but they are completely mistaken. State of Israel is not a help for Jewish people. It's only a danger Jews. In the state of Israel is the most unsafe place in the world for Jews and in the whole world. Beside of that, I mean, if Jews gone through a Holocaust, why the Palestinians should pay the bill for that? They didn't on the Holocaust. Go to the Nazis, ask them for a country, I don't know. But what do you want from the Palestinians? This is just unfair. Beside of that, no one have the right to take away a country from the people who are living there and give it for another people. I mean, Spain cannot come and say, we giving England a gift for French.
Yeah.
Who are you to give the land?
Yeah.
Yes. And the same thing, more than that, our Prime Minister, Keir Starmer,
Yes.
he have no right to take the country, England, and give it a gift for Ireland. He represents the English people as long as save the English people. But the England belongs for the people who are living here in England, not for Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
As long as he wants to save English people, fine. He is our governor. He is our prime minister. But when he wants to take away England and give it away for Ireland, then we will say him goodbye. He have no right to that. The same thing, nobody, even not the UN, even not the United Kingdom, but the Balfour Declaration, have no right to give away Palestine for other people. That's all. Very, very simple. So, again, could be they have good intentions, but they have to realize that helping Israel is not a help for Jewish people. If you want to help Jewish people, you want to help to bring an end to all this bloodshed. You want to bring an end to this what's happened in Manchester just for 10 days ago. The only thing is, please, bring the peaceful end for the state of Israel. I know people say it's not going to happen. Israel to bring a peaceful end, it's impossible. But I give you an example. The USSR was one of the strongest powers in the world. If people think to bring an end to that, it will cost millions of lives. It didn't cost even one single life. And the same thing in South Africa. It's cost, but much less than people thinking. This shows and proves that if there is a will, there is a way. If there will be a will to bring an end to the state of Israel and give back land for the Palestinians, they will find a way. I'm not a politician, but they will find a way if there will be a will. Anyway, I come back to that, that according to Judaism, I'm looking in the Torah, I'm not a politician. In the Torah it's written, a rebellion against God cannot be succeed. The state of Israel will come to an end, and we hope and pray to a peaceful end. In the whole land, from the river to the sea, we'll go back to the Palestinians, and again, that doesn't mean Jews have to be killed, Jews have to be expelled, Jews can live there like we live in Morocco, like we live in Iran, as loyal citizens to the Palestinian government, to live under the Palestinian flag from the river to the sea. I hope and pray to God it will happen soon in our days, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Rabbi Beck. It's really been a pleasure to have you on our show today. Thank you for your time. I don't want you to walk home today, so I'm really grateful for your time today.
Thank you, thank you.
Please remember to subscribe to our social media and YouTube channels and head over to our website thinkingmuslim.com to sign up to my weekly newsletter. Jazakallah khair.